Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Siti Wulandari from 5A. Today I want to retell the story about Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, there lived a woodcutter and his wife. Their early days were lived in bliss in a small wood cottage with their two children, Hansel and Gretel. These two children grew up to be wise beyond their years. Hansel was smart, soft, and charming, where Gretel was poetic, cautious, but quick-witted. The two children loved to skip stones in the lake half a mile over. Hansel and Gretel spent most of their time finding the perfect place skipping stones. Their collection of stones was large, as they spent more time collecting than actually skipping the rocks. Over time, they had acquired a strange companion, a bird, who would their stones and hide them in the various places all over the land, though Hansel and Gretel knew not why. The recurring moments of starvation gradually caused the woodcutter's wife to choose selfishness. One evening, after Hansel and Gretel had been tucked in bed, the woman approached her husband. Now, Hansel was very smart. His plan of action were always calculated and efficient. The next day, before they were ordered to start on the household chores, Hansel ran half a mile down to the lake. He gathered dozens of skipping stones. When he returned home, Hansel could see that his mother and sister were packing up for what looked like a normal journey into woods, though Hansel knew that this time their mother had different plans for them. Hansel tried to think of a way to get the two of them out of this mess. He looked all over in search of their skipping rocks. Since they were nowhere to be found, Hansel figured the mischievous bird had stolen them all. Hopeless Hansel and Gretel went back to their beds and wait for their mother to come and take them to the forest. Sure enough, the woodcutter's wife made her way up to their room to retrieve them. She ordered Hansel into his walking boots and Gretel into her washing clothes. Off they went once more. Before they left, however, the woodcutter secretly slipped Hansel a small load of bread. Hansel saw the look of despair on his dear father's face. Hansel slipped the bread in his pocket, crushing it into mostly crumbs, and sadly followed behind his mother and beloved sister. Every few fact he dropped these breadcrumbs on the ground. They promised each other and relaxed in the very small glade, resting their feet and playing guessing games. Suddenly, their noses were filled with an oddly sweet aroma. The children followed the wonderful scene, it grew stronger and more delicious. Hansel and Gretel followed the path from which they first smelled the candy until they reached the very small glade where Hansel had last dropped breadcrumbs. However, the children found that their breadcrumbs had been eaten and replaced by their favorite stolen skipping stone by none other than the rascal bird that had stolen them. The bird crept happily as it finished its last breadcrumb. When they arrived, they ran into the embrace of their father, who had become a widowed man after their mother had, ironically, died from food poisoning. Their father welcomed them home and apologized for letting their mother's selfishness overcome him. They took care of him with pity until his death from a slower, more subtle, and unfortunately more painful food poisoning shortly after. The two siblings lived in happiness together for the rest of their days, sharing their newfound wealth with the land and, of course, skipping stones in the lake half a mile over while feeding their naughty breadcrumbs. I think enough. Sorry for the mistakes. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.